Anybody else a member of the Sparkle Army? Well, today, guys, we are going to open and review the Mega Diancie EX box. Now, this box is a little bit easier to find, but not that easy, because what ends up happening is scalpers are out there right now searching for the Gengar decks. The Gengar decks are selling for about 50 bucks on eBay, and they're retailing for $14.99, $15.99 at the Walmart. And that's a good profit margin if you're trying to flip it. What ends up happening is if there's a Gengar deck and a matching Diancie deck, the scalpers grab both so they can sell it as a bundle and maximize their profit. If you manage to find somebody who bought the Gengar decks without the Diancie decks, these tend to sit a little bit longer. So I managed to get 2 Diancie decks. One of them is going to be used for a giveaway. The other one is going to be reviewed here on the channel. We're going to break it down, see if the cards are any good, the new cards. There are a lot of cards from Phantasmal Flames in here. And then on top of that, we are going to break down all the trainer reprints and all the other cards that are in here support and see if this deck is worth picking up. When it comes to the Mega Battle decks, I will tell you guys now, I think they're awesome. I think they're good deals. They are meant for intermediate players. They are meant for the players who are not too familiar with the game. I personally think that Pokemon made both a good and a bad decision of putting the exclusive promos in here. And here's why. You do get your playmat, obviously. The exclusive promos help sell the decks. Because if you guys don't know, the regular battle decks that had only an EX promo, basically it was one EX and it was treated as a promo, those don't sell. Even to kids who are getting into the game, they don't really sell because they don't really have good trainers in them. They only have one EX instead of 2. It becomes a little bit annoying. But Pokemon obviously wanted to put more EXs in these battle decks to make them a little bit more competitive. But when they decided to do that, they decided to introduce an exclusive promo. And in this case, they are AR promos. And if you guys don't know, in the current market right now, promos are just getting hyped to all hell and back. And Meloetta is one of those promos that's got a little bit more of a heftier price tag. The Haunter is even worse. And then in the first battle decks, the Marnie's Morpeko shot up to like $60 at one point because of how hyped promos have been. But you do get a promo Meloetta in this deck. It has one energy attack called Soothing Melody. It is a psychic energy. And you heal 120 damage from a bench psychic Pokemon. And then for 2 energies, a psychic and a colorless, you can do magical shot for 50. Definitely does not come off as playable. This is definitely more of a collector's card. You also get a Mega Diancie coin, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure how many people are fans of Mega Diancie, but I like the coins. But I think the ace of this deck is going to be Mega Diancie EX. So it has an attack and an ability. Ability is called Diamond Coat. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attack after applying weakness and resistance. And then it has Garland Ray for 2 psychic energies. It does 120 times. You discard up to 2 energy cards from this Pokemon, and this attack does 120 damage for each card you discard in this way. At bare minimum, you're probably going to do 120 by discarding 1 energy. If you discard 2, you do 240. This is also a basic, by the way. There's no evolution needed. You play this right away and you could turbo this energies. It has 270 HP for a basic, which is actually pretty powerful. It is in Phantasmal Flames, so if you're looking to build this deck and you cannot find these decks in the wild, I would wait until Phantasmal Flames drops, so that way you can buy the singles. Because when Phantasmal Flames drops, these EXs of Gengar and Diancie will drop because they are in the set. There is a set number and there is a set abbreviation / code. We know that Diancie looks solid, but Diancie only works if we have energy turbo, right? Because we want to be able to get multiple energies on Diancie as quickly as possible, so that way we can hit from as much damage as possible. I would also assume that this deck probably has a lot of psychic energies in it, just because you're going to be cycling through a lot of energies. Ultra Balls, always good. Discard 2, search any Pokemon. Alcremie is a new card. This is from Phantasmal Flames. It has 1 energy attack. This attack does 20 damage for each of your Pokemon in play. Those are good, like the best way I could describe attacks like this is like good pre-release attack. I don't see Alcremie seeing much play. Night Stretcher reprints are always nice. Anytime a common is worth more than $1 because it's playable, you always want to see like reprints of them in starter decks to lower their prices and make them easily obtainable. Spoink. This is Spoink from Mega, by the way, so I'm not really going to cover what it does. You got Lily's Determination. If this is like the Gengar deck, we're going to see 4 of these, which is very nice. You got Nest Ball. We do get a new card called Wondrous Pat. It's an item card, and basically you attach a basic psychic energy from your discard pile to one of your bench psychic Pokemon. So this is a way to recycle those discarded energies for Mega Diancie. Basically, Mega Diancie discards 2. Next turn, you play one of these, and you get it back on one of your Mega Diancies or one of your other Pokemon that'll be good for attacking. You do get Wally's Compassion as a reprint, Basically, you just heal all damage from a Pokemon EX. Grumpig does have Energized Steps. Basically, when you play this Pokemon to evolve, you look at the top 4 cards of your deck and attach any number of basic energy cards you find there to your Pokemon in any way you like. So this is going to be your Turbo Energy card in terms of like support Pokemon. So if you're playing Mega Diancie, you may want to play 1 or 2 of these. Now, unfortunately, the Energized Steps only works when you evolve. So you may want to find a way to like devolve Grumpig and reuse its ability. But at the same time, you do get things like Wondrous Patch, which is good. You also got Mystery Garden, which is psychic support. I love the full art of this card, by the way. Once during each player's turn, that player may discard an energy card from their hand in order to draw cards until they have a mini in hand as they have psychic Pokemon in play. So this could allow you to just keep turboing, especially if you got a full 6 psychic Pokemon in play. Then you get Mimikyu. This is a Phantasmal Flames card. I love this artwork. Talk about a stunning card. Will not see play. It is literally a call for family and scratch attack Pokemon. Switch, Milcery. That is so cute. I love this artwork. Arven, another nice reprint for trainers. So we got Lily's, Night Stretcher, and Arven all as reprints. Professor's Research. I'm surprised we didn't see any of these in the Gengar deck. You got your Spoinks, which are good for your Grumpigs. You got your Buddy Poffins. It looks like we're going to get a playset of Wondrous Patch, or at least 3. Air Balloon is another good reprint. This is in Black Bolt, White Flare. Very playable. You attach this to a Pokemon, and it makes its retreat cost 2 less. You attach Wondrous Patch to the bench. So you give your Pokemon air balloons like Mega Diancie so they can just freely swap out from the bench. Iono, good draw support. Meloetta, we've already went over its attacks. This is just the standard variant of that AR. We get our Lily's Determination. We get a second Grumpig, which is very nice. You get Switch. You get Zacian. This is a rare, by the way, from Phantasmal Flame. So my Master Set collectors, you will need this card. It is also done by Kawaii, which is one of my favorite artists. The reason why I like Kawaii is he uses a lot of dark colors. Like a lot of blacks, a lot of grays to illustrate his artwork, and he always has the Pokemon looking fierce. It has Limit Break, which is 50 plus for 2 energies. If your opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards remaining, this attack does 90 more damage. Could be a nice little late game swing for 140. I just don't see it seeing much play. Unfortunately, there are just better psychic type Pokemon that are available in the game today. So I don't see that card seeing much play. It may. Seeing multiple air balloons in this box is very nice. I gotta say, when it comes to trainers, I feel like this box is just a little bit better overall. Cresselia is also from Phantasmal Flames. It has 2 attacks. Dwelling Light is actually the better attack. For 1 energy, you can search your deck up for 2 psychic energies and attach them to this Pokemon. It's a pretty solid, especially if you have the way to switch energies around, like playing any sort of like energy switch cards. You can use this attack and then get the energies off of Cresselia if you need to. Don't see it really seeing play, but it's pretty solid. Lily's Determination again. Arven again. Once again, very good trainer cards. Your Mimikyu, which still love that artwork. Mystery Garden. You got Buddy Poffin. And then, yes, you do get a playset of Wondrous Patch. So you get a playset of a lot of the important trainers, which is very, very nice. I'm really digging that. But overall, I think the trainer support in this deck is really amazing. Do I think Mega Diancie is going to have a way to really shake up the meta or be a super competitive deck? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if Wondrous Patch and Mystery Garden and Grumpig are enough to turbo out enough psychic energies to make this card truly a competitor. Does that make sense? I think if I was to pick up one of these 2 decks to actually play, like actually give a shot to, now I'm taking out all biases. I'm just going based on ability and attack. I would choose Mega Gengar. But my bias is I have always loved psychic decks and fairy deck. I would probably pick this deck over Mega Gengar just based on my bias. If I had to determine which one I think might have a little bit more of a stronger meta impact, I definitely think it's Mega Gengar. But this deck is a little bit more affordable. It's got better trainers overall. On top of that, these decks tend to be more available than the Gengar decks if you're out searching for Pokemon cards. So I personally think if you're a player, you can't go wrong picking up either deck if you manage to find them. Anyways, that is my honest review of the Mega Diancie EX battle deck. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this deck down below. And as always, remember to keep it classy and stay awesome.